Howdy, Fable. Yep, no. Speaking of Koopa, though, I have a funny story. I remember at one of the Genesis, there was a pre-Genesis local at whatever that one barcade place is. I forget what it's called. Anyway, it was a little local, and I was playing on a setup, and it was me and Gar and a redacted player, and then we were playing him, and Koopa sits down. And he's like, "Oh, can I play?" Sure. And we're just all taking turns beating this redacted player, and he's just so sunk because Gar is chain grabbing the death out of him, and I'm wobbling him whenever he plays me. Yeah. And Koopa.
So this was like preliminary. This was like precognition justice. You guys were in the minority report. They were like, "You will be committing crimes, and we are punishing you right now."
Before this person was redacted, they were getting chain grabbed by Gar and then wobbled by me. And then Koopa just casually sits down, four-stalks him, then walks away. He's like, I'll see you guys later. All right, and this dude was going through a crisis. And I felt bad for him at the time. Now it's just a sweet memory.
So I really screwed up on Koopa Troopa, but I'm ready for Zealot. Dude, can I introduce Zealot?
Go for it.
All right. So Zealot is, I'm meant to take 2 tries, is the Protoss first tier melee unit. Zealots only deal damage to ground units, and so they're vulnerable to air attacks. Also a Chilean player who last was an 80 carry for Chaos Latin Gamers, born in 1995. And also a Melee Fox main from Chicago, who in May of 2021 joined Conduit Gaming and is still being repped by them, actually, I believe.
Very cool, very cool.
So it's one of those 3 things.
So as a child, I played a lot of StarCraft, and me and my friends all pronounced it Zealot. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I realized it was pronounced Zealot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in my head, I still read it as Zealot, but I tried very hard not to say it.
You're not a big Zealot fan?
Zealot.
You're not a Zealot.
It's actually French, Zealot.
How do you feel about dog shit player as a net play tag?
I can just hear some like whiny I don't know why. Whenever I read it, I think of like some whiny 15-year-old white kid in his room who's like complaining about. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It invokes some like 1980s teenager punk
the imagery,
vibes.
The imagery is definitely like, I love it. I do like it. Very, very Call of Duty.
Oh, what you were describing was not particularly likable, but I'm glad that you clarified that for me.
No, I like the imagery. I definitely don't like. I like it as a character. You know what I mean? If I meet this person in real life, that's the personification of online gamer. They're usually not very friendly.
Yeah.
But the characterization of I'm an online gamer and this is just garbage connection, garbage player, man. I like that.
Yeah, and it's unclear if he's the dog shit player or if you are. I guess that's to be determined.
That's true. It's up to you to determine who is it going to be.
So,
okay.
As we get to the end of game 1, the model that I always have in this matchup is that I need to both be faster than my opponent, but that's not like actually a reliable way to play the game. Like I always feel this energy in my soul that's like, if I'm just faster, I just got to be faster. I got to be more cracked than him. And I think that is kind of true, especially when you're like trying to get in the flow of a punish state and be able to get all the follow-ups and that kind of realm. But the actual neutral, I feel, is more centered around like full hop spacing and baiting with double jumps. There are some foxes who like to stay more grounded and like open with drills and shines and up smashes. But I think that always is like, that turns the game into a dash dance war.
Yeah.
And I think that those are very losable by me. And I think that they kind of turn the game more into who's faster rather than who's actually got a read or able to bait. So that's always what I look for is how are the foxes setting up and mixing between full hops and shorter approaches. And I think sometimes you can almost get addicted to like shuffle approaches and like running shines, and because it's very fun. And anytime you get stuck too long in it, I start to predict your imminent demise.
Dude, That's such a good way of phrasing it, because that's how I feel sometimes. We're like, why do I keep doing this bad approach? Because I'm addicted to it. I can't stop. I physically, like, my brain knows I should quit, and then my body just craves the run in nair.
We're getting word that the two players who you just enjoyed are doing some lag testing. I can't tell you when they're going to be done. Could it be lag testing and really they're both going to their coaches and getting notes mid-set?
You know, are they reading notes?
Yeah. Illegal behavior.
Notes? Vamos,
How do you feel about this ban? How do you feel about this ban? Oh, I had to roast you about something. What was your take? You had a take on Twitter that I thought was bad. Which one?
Was it the puff timeout thing? Or the puff thing?
Yeah. And I took
put me on 4 side fights and I'll tell you the answer.
You don't want to fight me in that arena. This is a much more fair because there I'll just take points off if
sure, let's hear it. Let's hear your roast.
I think 7 seconds to win the game is a clear win condition, and stalling it shouldn't be considered stalling if there is an imminent win condition.
I have a pretty good response to that. Too bad you can't tell you.
Okay.
Put me on 4 side fights and I'll tell you though.
This has been happening to me more and more. More and more people are not. I'll throw a hot take at them and they're just like, yeah, maybe I'll answer. Maybe I won't.
Okay. Long story short, it's
maybe
not about the amount of time. Fights. It's not about the amount of time that was stalled. It's the tactic that he used to shave off those last 7 seconds and where he did it. It was an uncontestable location.
No, he contested it. Go down there.
No. He did not contest it.
He contested it at the CSS screen by picking Dr. Mario in Dreamland. He wasn't born Dr. Mario. He chose a character that couldn't go down there.
No character can go underneath Dreamland for that amount of time. And he could have been down there longer.
But he wasn't. And that matters. It matters if you do 2 pounds when you're recovering versus 40. Because you can stall for 40 seconds.
He did 7 pounds, by the way. 7 rising pounds underneath Dreamland. No, not 7 seconds. I'm talking about 7 rising pounds underneath Dreamland.
No, I watched it. It was only the last 8 seconds of the game he went down there.
Yeah, but how many rising pounds did he do underneath Dreamland?
I care about time. You can do 40, by the way.
It's in the rules. It's defined in the rules.
Yeah, but he didn't stall the game.
They were both tied with 10 seconds left on the clock, 0% to 0%. He went to an uncontestable location and did a rising pound. That is explicitly written in the rules. Now, again, in that specific situation...
Do you think we should have DQ'd at Michael versus Kalamazoo at Full Bloom?
Listen, I'm not going to go into specifics of that set. I would have to look at it. I think that nothing wrong with the way Khalid played. I think that not calling that is fine. Sure, it was a borderline case. Why not? I was just wanting to point it out because it's something that happens every now and then, and it gets uncalled a lot. Maybe that instance wasn't the perfect example of a situation where it would have been called because, again, didn't matter. I wouldn't have said anything probably, but I wanted to bring it to the greater attention of the Melee community that it is a rule at almost every major tournament, and we copy the major tournament rule sets for our locals, and no one calls the rule when it happens.
That's a dumb rule.
Okay. That is a take that I could probably agree with, actually, but it's still
my belief is the rules are what we make of them. And if a bunch of people aren't enforcing a rule because when they're looking at the screen, it doesn't feel like bad Melee is being played, then, you lose. If 90% of people wanted us to ban Jigglypuff, we'd ban Jigglypuff. Does that make it a good or bad rule? No,
I feel like now we've shifted the discussion to a different topic.
Well, my point is that
your initial question, or not a question.
My point is a world where puffs do that is not a world where Melee is a bad game to play.
Sure. But if your initial criticism was in that example, Khalid probably didn't break the rule. And I think that...
Well, the rule is so vague that if I think it didn't... Yeah.
I got agreed with by a lot of just blatant puff haters. And I just want to say I'm on the side of the Jigglypuffs generally. I think Khalid is sick. I love the way he plays. I think timing out Franz was cool. I would have tried to time out Franz if I could. I hate Doc more than I hate Jigglypuff. That's for sure.
You're giving me a lot of mixed messages here, Tuesday.
I know. You
gotta commit to being a hater. You're either a hater or you're not.
No, I'm not a hater. That's not the point of the message. I'm not saying.
Okay, so you're not. Good.
No, I'm not a hater on Jigglypuff. I think timing out is fine. It's in the game. I think it's healthy the fact that we have a clock and that people who won't interact will lose by timeout. I think that's fine. What I'm trying to say is we have a rule, a long-standing established rule that people don't seem to want to make the call on ever. And I just wanted to bring it up because
it's the white collar crime of the Melee community for sure.
I'm just saying, Rising
pups get away with a lot of shit that they only get away with because they work at an office. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's our money too.
Rising Pound stalling in an uncontestable location, either off, above, or under the stage, is a banned tactic to run the clock, to choose to not interact in a location where the opponent cannot contest. And
none of this is in the rules. None of this is in the rules.
Yes, it is.
You're adding words.
Pound stalling, stalling the game is in the rules. Peach Bomber under the stage to stall for time is also against the rules.
How many could he do?
Okay.
What would you be happy with?
This is why I think that right now it's a judgment call, because there are contexts in what is stalling, what is not, right? Sometimes, like Rising Pound, to change your position to and where you land. Or
can I mix you up with a different version of this question?
I would like to finish answering this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another good example is a Peach floats to the top of Dreamland and is floating, and you Rising Pound to stall out the float. That has clear intent, and the intent is important. If there is no reasonable explanation for why you're stalling the time other than to run the clock out, then it becomes explicitly to stall.
The next 4 side fights is not for a month because of Christmas, which is why I wanted to talk to you before, because this is all going to be fresh again in like 4 weeks from now. Maybe I'll get you on. When I am playing Samus, I love to take my time with those bombs.
Sure.
When I'm getting back on stage.
In
my mind, I'm stalling. However, I have a doctor's note that says Samus instigates anxiety a lot less than Fox. And this little moment of bomb recovery, this is a hypothetical doctor's note, not a real one yet. Sure. And those bombs give me time to lower my heart rate, right? To protect my hands from damage. What if stalling is actually not about fairness at all and is about mental health and the health of our hands? From that perspective, would you be willing to donate to the fund to end the stalling rule? It's yes on 4, I believe, is the referendum number.
I feel.
Or do you hate people that have mental health issues? They're going to play it out. The 2 players who were lag testing are going to play it out even despite the lag. So salutes in the chat to our brave soldiers, Zealot and Kürv, who are going to be just back with us for some melee action. It looks like it's going to be a little laggy. I'm sure it's not going to be the worst lag you've seen or experienced in this week. I realized earlier, being yesterday, that I'd been playing on Wi-Fi for like the first 2 days because my like router wasn't working correctly and it was just plugged in but not pumping out the Ethernet. And so I apologize to the many people who did beat me but probably did not have as much fun as they could have.
Okay. Well, they lag tested and doesn't warrant a DQ, so here we go. Zealot won game 1. I don't even remember game 1. It was so long ago.
We also didn't pay that much attention to it. I was looking around for the thing that came into this. This game, what we were looking for was, or what I'm interested in or curious about is how the different foxes approach each other. I think I watch these games with a lot of like, I don't know. I want to steal everything that I like. That's always what I feel like I'm doing when I'm watching. Is like, this is my excuse to do VOD review in real time. Okay, so yeah, there's the double jump, lands and gets the shine. So there was an attempt to actually try to punish the double jump, but the shine covered the grab. Yeah, same there. That's the other end of it, is like, if the other fox is really cooking with their grounded movement, they're going to be able to cover a lot of the double jump landings anyways. Oh!
Love these up tilts. You don't need to space your grab if you just up tilt way bigger.
I cannot believe that killed. That was beautiful.
Barely. Yeah. I tried to get to the corner, but it wasn't quite the best DI. Here's what I'm looking at. They're both doing the undershooting dare, undershooting nair. And what are they doing after? Because I'm seeing both of them do it, right? And you can't directly punish it. Oh, another drill. That's what he decided to do. I see what Zealot does a lot is rolls or spot dodges or shines. So, okay, probably not the wall tech he wanted. Maybe he wanted to do the jumping one, and that's why that air dodge was just straight into nothing. Okay, they're
not lagging. They're not lagging.
They're not lagging. Empirically proven to both just be bad at the game.
Stop putting it in the paper that I was lagging. I'm not.
Hold on, I gotta do the... There you go. Just did your emote.
Thank you.
Alright, fade back aerial into another aerial. Okay, that's what I'm seeing a lot from Kürv. What I'm seeing a lot from Kürv is the fade back aerial into the immediate do that aerial again in a short hop.
Yeah,
and
I actually thought Kürv had a good idea in that neutral interaction. He just like didn't dash back right after landing on the second jump. I thought the jump was good and it got a baited movement, and I think he had time to dash back and punish the attempt to punish his double jump.
Yeah, so that's the intent, right? The fade back aerial is not super punishable on whip because it's not as big of a commitment, right? If it were just simply whiff punishable, it would be a bigger commitment. So most of them will try to punish what comes next, right? And so the instant aerial right after the fade back aerial is banking on them trying to punish a dash back or an evasive option. Just do an immediate aggressive option to hit their approach.
Yeah.
Ooh, full hop hairs into the corner.
Yeah, Zealot like, okay, I'm running across the stage. There's something that Fiction said in one of his Fox lessons where he was like, you know, you always believe when you're the Fox running across the stage that you're like being tricky, that like they won't believe I'm actually gonna do it, but they believe it.
That was max length toes on that up smash. Yeah, no, I love it when the Fox is just like, enough neutral, we're engaging right now, and they just full hop aerial into the corner.
Yeah, there was some set this year where it was like a really tight, I think it might have been, I can't remember if it was SFOP or not, they all blend together when 6 months have passed. But it was like a tense last stock versus Marth, and he full hop nairs it. Oh!
Ooh, got the ledge tech jump.
Down? You gotta go down. Yeah, when it's laggy, you down.
It's not supposed to work.
when ping above 40, you could take that. You could go for it. There's a chance.
Yeah. Kroga says, do it again.
Yeah, it's like metagame with PPMD. So there's always a chance. You're saying that we don't reference metagame as much as we reference the Smash Brothers documentary, do we?
No.
There were some bangers in there.
Yeah, sure.
I like the part where Armada swore the country of Sweden to secrecy about his young Link. I think that was my favorite anecdote in there.
Link.
Yeah, very good. 10 points to Gryffindor.
All right. Dashes back after that one, though. Dashes back after that one. Oh,
do you see the fade backs on these nairs?
Yep. So he did the fade back nair dash back, then a fade back nair dash back again, and then right when Zealot was like, okay, he's going to dash back after this fade back, nope, instant nair again, got him.
It's so gross, and it's not even winning the game. Yeah, I guess I still don't really believe in it all that much. It does feel like
he is gonna die for it.
Yeah, he's gonna lose the set for it.
And again, I've never seen someone hit 3 in a row. That's crazy. Wow. So
he knows his parabolas. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The trajectory, the vectors. AP physics popping off it there.
You really hit him with the 3 ledge hop shines. That was cool.
Yeah.
He fought and clawed his way through that lag to hit those 3 shines in a row.
Yeah, I don't know how bad it was. It was bad enough that they were lag testing, but good enough that they still played it out. So what it was not tilting them so much that they DC'd. Which is saying something, because I think that's an honorable way to go if it comes down to it. Just flip a coin because the lag is too crazy.
Sure, why not? I remember there were a couple tournaments that were just like, this is I'm just throwing out a state. This is an Ohio tournament, but it's open to everyone on the East Coast. And any lag dispute will go to whoever is geographically located closer to the state of Ohio wins all lag disputes.
Yeah, they solved it.
Sometimes that's fine.
Yeah, I got no notes.
It's like it's not really random, but it's like indicative, right? You know, people are going to complain less if you live closer.
Closer to where in Ohio?
Cleveland.
And then where in Cleveland?
Cleveland Heights.
I would love if there was just insane lag between two people that were like next door, and the TO had to come down and decide which house was technically the most Cleveland.
Yeah, they both actually live on either side of the TO, and so he has to take a measuring tape and say, "Oh, this house is 32 feet."
Or you do like an eyeball test, and you're like, "Well, that one looks more Cleveland to me."
You're just holding up the. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It could be anybody.
So let's see what's left in our bracket. We've got Koopa, Spark, and Kürv, Chape, and then Zealot and Fat Goku are over on the winner's side.
Yep. So we've got Fat Goku and Zealot in winners finals, huh?
Yeah.
Winners finals. So one of them guaranteed to get flown out.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Love it. So
I don't know who I favor. Both of, I think Zealot was really cooking in the Fox Ditto, but Fat Goku I don't think actually looked bad against Koopa Troopa as much as that was like Koopa's set to lose. I still liked a lot of what I was seeing from Fat Goku, and I'm not prepared at this time, under oath, to compare Fox Marth to Fox. I don't feel like I have a sense of if Fat Goku is ready. I would maybe make it a little bit Zealot favored, but I don't know if they have a set counter history like that or something else.
V Vonsky, is this live? No, this is a recording. This is not live. All of this was pre-recorded days ago.
Yeah, don't blink. Blink and you're dead. People think of time as sort of a linear progression of cause and effect, but really it's more like a big
Don't get me started on time.
Of wibbly
Stupidest
wobbly
thing humans ever invented.
Timey-wimey
it's cosmic
stuff.
Now. Get over it.